folks, and welcome to this episode of Michael's Backyard Marina. This guy here is just hanging out. Chances are you might have seen the video where I'm asking for help on how to fix this. Well, I took it out of the tank. We're going to put it on a stand so I can do some more work on it and not take up some tank space. But, you know, this whole hoist here, this whole trolley system I put up here, and it swings around. So I can swing it back and forth. I can put it in the tank, out of the tank, all that kind of fun stuff. I decided I want to do this similar thing in the middle across the shop with that other piece of metal. I think I might have mentioned it when I was putting this one up. I think we're going to do a quick video on how I'm going to do that. I ordered me some of those rollers like I put on this one. And the ones I ordered says they will handle 235 pounds each. That's pretty good. What's that, 470 for a pair? That's not bad. This hoist is rated at 420 the way it's set up right here. So everything matches. And I'm pretty confident that the way I'm going to fasten this thing to the ceiling, it'll handle the weight too. But I just found it easy that, you know, just how I lifted this up. I'm always bringing outboards in the shop on a two-wheeler. And the cool part would be I wouldn't have to wrestle it and try to lift it up and set it onto a stand. I can just hook those straps around it, stand it up, hang it. Don't have to strain my back. Not that I have any back issues. I got a good strong back, but I want to keep it that way. And I think on that part of this video that I'm getting ready to do, I've got to run to the lumber store. I got to build, I got to build at least 3 more engine stands. I got them laying on the floor. I don't like that. I want them on rollers. I want them up. I think I'm going to build 3 doubles. And I'm going to build a single. And the single is going to be maybe a couple single ones. The single one's going to be nice because I just want to be able to focus on one motor. And I do have a couple of big motors, the 25 horses and the 35 horses. I want to have their own motor for things to sit on. Just because it's easier to work around them because they're bigger and all that fun stuff. So, let's get busy. Starting on... We got to clean all that other stuff that's on the track. It's got all these pieces. We're going to drill those pieces out, and then we're going to lay it out. We're going to drill holes for mounting it to the ceiling. We're going to get it mounted. We're going to install. And this hoist I bought from Amazon from a supplier on there called Parts Am, or Parts AM, or it's PARTS-AM. Parts Am or Parts AM. I don't know. Anyway, Harbor Freight has one for $99. This one was $116. It does have an E-stop. The Harbor Freight one doesn't. The stop up top is metal. I think the one at Harbor Freight's plastic. But why not use both? And I can give you guys some feedback on which one I prefer and which one seems to hold up better. And maybe we can do a review a year later and go, here's the good, here's the bad, here's the ugly. So let's get busy building a new trolley across the middle of the shop right now. Well, what we're doing here is we're prepping the beam to go on the ceiling. And the original barn door hanger has these doohickeys spot welded on it down the length of it. This had the boards. It was mounted to the boards. It had like 3 holes here, it looks like, and it had nails. And people just drove nails in it, hung these things up. Then they could hang the door. But I need this out of my way because I want to go straight up against the ceiling. And I'm going to show you how to remove these. If you ran across this, you may not need to do this, but this will also work in other applications in case you're doing some spot welding. I guess I shouldn't say in case you're doing spot welding. I should say in case you're doing... Okay, each one of these have 2 spot welds on it, except for the ones on the very end, they have 4. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just eyeballing, taking a smaller drill, eyeballing the center of that spot weld just to get a pilot hole through. And we'll take the bigger drill. And drill out the spot weld. lifts off just like that. Doesn't really impact the integrity of the beam. I'm going to be fastening this thing to the ceiling with lags, so it's going to have full support every 24 inches down the length of the beam, so it'll be fine. Now I will continue doing this to the rest of these. All right, we've got the beam securely fastened to the ceiling. And actually, I gotta put my blocks back in my support bar. That's there for when you get some heavy loads from snow here in the Midwest where we live on the roof, that it doesn't actually collapse. So you gotta have that extra strength there in the middle, since it's basically a free span area. And there are actually no trusses up above. This is just a shed type roof. Angled shed roof. But that'll hold that for now. And I'm waiting for my rollers to show up. I got them ordered. And I got to go buy me another hoist like I got over there. And we'll hang it up there, and that'll trolley back and forth across the ceiling. And I'm going to run a cable across there to manage the cord that it'll be plugged into. And I can plug it in on the far wall, and it'll stretch all the way over here is my plan. While I'm waiting on that stuff, I've got another project we'll throw in here in the middle. I like these boxes of rags. Multiple different places sell them. Why wouldn't you like them? Thousands of uses. But I want to make a dispenser. I saw one at work and I liked it. It's made out of metal. I'm going to make one out of wood. Basically, it's just going to be a piece of wood with an angle piece on it so I can hook it to a wall. Put me a little frame around it so this will sit there and not fall off. Put a hole in the middle so it dispenses out the bottom. And I can use it like a paper towel holder that's hanging on the wall. I'm going to do that with this sheet of plywood right here. Well, I ended up making 4 of these towel holders, and I like them. They're on all 4 corners of the shop basically, so no matter where I'm at, I can grab me a rag to wipe my hands off or wipe something off without having to go too terribly far. Nice little side project. Alrighty, we got a few more toys picked up today. Well, one came in, ordered it, came in today. The other I picked up, which is this hoist. We're going to do a little quick unboxing on that. And see how the Pittsburgh hoist compares to the Parts AM hoist. Or Parts AM, or however that one's pronounced. Let's see what we got here. These should hopefully be, yeah. These are my trolley parts. Oh, cool. Maybe. Cool. I don't know. Cool. Yeah. What I like about this setup, now the other ones I had to just use what I had that was mounted on the gate, or mounted on the thing, because that's just used what I had. These have, I don't know if that's the one. Well, those are heavy duty. I think those go in there like that. Yep, says bottom. So that's cool. These are already going to have the hole, or the shortened up bolt, that I'm going to need to hang my stuff on. So I'll use that bolt. And that bolt. Now I think these are rated, when I looked these up, these are rated for 235 pounds each. Oh, that doesn't want to turn on the radio. Which is great, because this hoist that I'm using is rated for 440 pounds total. So with these two hanging, 235, 235, that's 470. This is 440. Everything should be matched up pretty good. All right, so that's how we're gonna hang that up. I'll show you some other quick things. I got me some cable that I'm gonna run across on the side here, across the ceiling, suspended from each end. And I've got these little pulleys that'll ride on the cable. Woo. And then I'm gonna zip tie my cord, the power cord, to that. So as I run it across the room, it'll stretch out, and as I collapse it, it'll gather up. I'm hoping that'll work. I've seen it before. I think I can make that work. Well, let's get busy with looking at what this hoist is all about and see how it compares to the other one. And I'm not gonna do a side by side. I'll just note differences as I come across them. This looks like the same bracket, same 4 bolts that hold it to the ceiling. Now, one thing I did notice here, notice right off the bat, this one doesn't have an E-stop on it. This just has the up and down. That's one major difference. Now keep in mind, this one was $99, $105 in tax where I'm at. Just picked it up tonight. And hey, cool. I was wondering, because the picture on the outside of the box looks different than the part itself. This does have a metal bracket right here for the shutoff, so it is identical in every way. Comes with the same little block and tackle piece for the hook. Looks identical. I mean, this is 100% the same thing. It just has a Pittsburgh sticker on it. And like I said, this is the only major difference, is that the button. Otherwise, it looks identical, which I'm good with that. I was worried. I thought this on the box. I saw this here. Let's see if I saw that there, and I thought that might have been plastic. And I wasn't too thrilled about it being plastic, but it's metal. So that makes me feel so much better. We got the hook here. Now, one thing this one does have, which I kind of think is all right, is it's got a spring right here on this part. So when it comes through, it's actually spring loaded. It's got a little bit of a cush, where the other one did not have a spring on it. So no E-stop, but it has a spring. That's the only difference. Otherwise, these brackets are identical. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did before. We're gonna drill a hole in here, and we're gonna hang that bolt right in there, and that's how we're gonna suspend this thing. I'm gonna let some out here, as I wanna be able to double this over. We're gonna hook that in here, but I wanna get this on it. And they don't tighten these up for you, so you wanna tighten them up when you're when you've got it assembled, so it don't fall apart on you. But you basically gotta have to take that out, pull that hairpin, drop everything out of here to run your cable. Get your cable run through here like this. And the only reason you get 440 pounds is because you do use this. If you don't use that and you lift straight up, it's only got a 200 pound capacity. Or 220 pound capacity, I'm sorry, not 200. You gotta make sure we put this back in. There's a little shoulder on there. You wanna put that shoulder inwards. That kind of helps keep the hook. Makes it easier to assemble too. So we'll put that back in there. Drop the pin in, the washer on. Close back in. So we got that sitting like we want. And we'll put our little bolts back in again. So get a little wrench out and tighten that up. It's like it takes a couple of little 8mm wrenches here. And these are nylock nuts, so you don't have to over tighten them. You just got to bring them up so they're bottomed out. It's just to give this thing support. And you don't have to tighten it till the water runs out, guys. All right, that's done. We got our bolts for the brackets here. All right, I think we're ready to hang it up. I'm gonna hang it up so that this cord's pointing toward the wall, that I'll actually have the plug-in on. So that is a little bit of method to my madness on that. Let's see if I can get over here and get it hung up for you. Well, I think they screwed up something when they assembled this, because I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be up here trapped. So I need another cable clamp to put here to hold this up here, because the other one is trapped between two cable locks. So this one's going to need one up here, because you can't have this crap down here all around your hook. That's stupid. So yeah, I'm going to have to figure out something there. I'll have to get me another little, just something to kind of lock it in place there. I can probably take one of these little cable clamps and just put it up there and just kind of use a little cable clamp to hold it in place. It'll be fine. Well, there you have it, fully installed. Should we give it the 190-pound test? I think so. Let's give it a whirl. She travels from end to end. The little cable I hung up there with the cord on it, with my little pulleys, or little, I guess they're little pulleys or whatever you want to call them. Gather up and stretch back out so I can go side to side with no tanglement. That works out pretty good. Now let's lift that old 160-pound or 190-pound vise that I used to test the other one. Now these have like 3-inch lags that I put in to every ceiling joist. So it should hold the weight with no problem, but now's the time to pull it down to the ground if I'm going to do it. Fix it up, no problem. And rolls. Alright. That'll pick a motor up, no doubt. Or anything else I need to pick up under 300 pounds, I'd say. Go ahead and run this up out of the way. Nice thing is I can store it here. Somewhere out of my way. All right. Pretty happy with that, folks. Nice. Well, I got one more little quick project to do. My son does a lot of my drone footage for me when we're out on the water. I'm busy driving, operating a massive vessel, you know, with all these big 25 horse and 9.9s and 6 horses and stuff like that. So I need he wants a seat up front. So the C-Nymph has a platform, but you know, you can only, after being out in the water a couple hours, that platform gets a little hard on the old butt. So I've got this other white seat that matches the seat. This has just been laying around as well. Matches the other seat I put on the back of the C-Nymph. So I'm going to put him a place so he can have a movable seat up front and has a back to lean against, and he can fly that drone and get me some awesome drone footage like he always does. Now, if you guys just met me, you have to go back and look at some of my videos where I build a couple of these pedestal seats. Well, normally these are, I'll have a pedestal and then the seat sitting on top. And then this is a nice base you can put on the floor of your boat, and it will allow you to sit there and not tip over and all that fun stuff. Well, this was one of my early ones that I did. I made it square. I don't know what I was thinking, because it would be just as stable, almost just as stable as it would be round. So I've done a 2-foot round one before. But on this one, since I'm only going to have it so it swivels, and it's going to be very, wow, that swivel's kind of stiff. Oh, it won't flop around. That's good. I want to be able to, since this only has to have this seat on it, and I think I can get in there and tighten it down. I don't need it to be 2-foot square. It just needs to be a little bit bigger or the same size as the seat itself. And I might actually put a flat side on it so that at least like if you're sitting on the edge of the platform, there's nothing sticking out past the seat and you can sit there comfortably. And it doesn't have to be, it just has to be more stable than this. As you can see, this here, if you just had this seat sitting on the platform while you were riding around, that'd be pretty stable. Where's it going to go? And some people might say, well, what if the seat flies off the side of the boat? Well, guess what? You're not seat belted into a boat. So if the seat flies out of the boat and you're with it, only difference between that happening and it not happening is that you go in the water and the seat stays because the seat was bolted down. So if the seat goes with you, what's the big difference? I don't get it. But I'm always on small lakes anyway, folks. I know I've gotten some comments from people that says, well, with the 10-foot swells, if I'm in a lake with 10-foot swells, I'm in the wrong lake. Because I don't go on lakes with swells bigger than 3 feet. Just for my own safety. Especially in the size boats I'm in. So I'm going to take and make this thing round. And then I'm going to bolt this down. And then I'll bolt the seat to it. And we'll be good to go. I think it'll work. So I'm going to go reuse one of my boards I had made earlier to create this one. So I'm going to draw me a circle now. Alright, let's use some of my favorite adhesive here. good. Not just good, but good enough. Now comes the tricky part. Trying to get the seat on. And this confined little space to work. Well, that wasn't easy at all, but look at there. We got ourselves a swivel seat. Nice. Let's get a little simple green to hold this thing and see if we can make it simply wide. Another successful seat for sure. What do you guys think of that? That's gonna work pretty good. You'll be able to sit up there, move this around on that platform up front, just sit and lean back. I think that'll work pretty good. At least I hope it does. I'm counting on it too. Don't keep my drone pilot happy, I won't have any good footage. You got to have footage. Those people like good footage. All right, we'll throw that in the boat in the morning. Sweet. Well, everybody, I hope you had a great time. I had a great time today. I got my hoist put up that goes back and forth across the shop. I'll be able to pick up most any outboard that comes in the shop that I need to pick up. And I can also back a boat under here. If it's a heavy one, I can back a boat under it and set it down under there too. So that'd be nice. We got this little seat made. That was another project. And you saw my paper towel holders. So we got 3 things knocked out today. Moving things ahead. That's what it's all about. Accomplishment and moving things ahead. I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm excited to get out on the boat tomorrow. We're going to get the old 18 horse fast twin out there and hope it does what it's supposed to do. It tested in the tank good. Now we got to take it on the water. And a little sneak preview. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get you a little sneak preview. I picked up another 18 horse fast twin from a gentleman that's about 80 miles away from me. Was it 80 miles? Not quite that far. 70 miles, something like that. It doesn't matter. But anyway, I picked up another. It's in the 60s. I think he said it was a 68 18 horse fast twin, and it has some unusual features on it. It's 2 years older than the one I'll be having out on the lake tomorrow, and I'll do a whole video tomorrow on taking both fast twins out, both 18 horses out. One that's ready for the water, and one that I just picked up, and he said he had it running a couple weeks ago. And this gentleman owned this outboard since he said, I think he said in the 80s. He's had it for all these years, and he's finally decided to give it up. Said it just goes too fast for him, and he wants to go next year. He sold this one to me for a decent price, and he's going to do a 4-stroke 9.9. He's got a little 14-foot John boat to push that thing along just fine. So anyway, I hope you guys had fun today. We got some more things coming up for you real soon. If you haven't checked it out yet, check out my 9.9 Johnson 9.9 with a big secret. The one I need help on. I just posted it about 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. Whenever this video comes out, it'll be 3 or 4 days earlier. Anyways, look for that one. I'm asking for help. I want you guys to watch the video, watch what the outboard's doing, and give me some comments on help troubleshooting. There's a special drawing in there for you. The drawing will end when I put out part 2 for that particular video, so go and check that out. I think I'll put that one as one of the options at the end of this video that you can go click on and go see. But yeah, we had a great time getting some things straightened around in the shop here. I think I'm going to have to build at least 1, 2, 3. I got to build at least 3 more engine stands. 4. I probably need to build at least 4 more engine stands just to get all these outboards I've got off the floor. I don't like them laying on the floor. It doesn't hurt them the way I've got them set up, but it just looks, you're tripping over and I can't move them around. When I build these little engine stands that I've been building, I can at least move them around because they're in casters. So I'll do that probably in another video. I've kind of built 2 or 3 different styles. I kind of know what I like and don't like, and I think I'm going to build a couple of really nice ones. maybe not really nice, but I gotta have something that handle a couple 25s and a 35 horse because they get a little heavier than these 9.9s. So I'm gonna make them just a little more substantial. I'm almost tempted just to get me some tubing and weld up some tubing, and that way I'll have some metal ones, but it doesn't matter. The wood seems to work fine. It doesn't take up any more space than the tubing one would. But anyway, you guys get out there and have some fun. Enjoy life. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up. I appreciate it when you do, very much so. It helps out the channel quite a bit. It helps the YouTube algorithms recommend some more of my videos, so I appreciate that. If you could think about giving a thumbs up. You don't have to subscribe. If you do subscribe, I appreciate it. Welcome all new subscribers every time. I appreciate you. Welcome aboard to the channel. I hope you find the content worthwhile. And I, you know, if you want to critique my videos, that's fine. I'll listen to all critiques. I thank you all for watching, whether you watch a minute or the full video. I appreciate you all watching for a little bit anyway. And I'm not for everybody. I understand that. But who is? So you guys take care. Get out there and have some fun. Until next video, this is Michael, and I'm out.